Back in March, Samsung outed the Galaxy S handset, the successor to the Galaxy and Galaxy Portal handsets. And like those gorgeous premium handsets such as the Desire and the Nexus One, it's packing Android 2.1, which will be upgradable to Android 2.2 or Froyo when it's available later on in the year. So basically you can expect multi-touch web browsing, Microsoft Exchange support and Google Maps. Now, I'm sure it hasn't gone unnoticed that the design is very similar to a certain Apple-shaped handset. The obvious differences being the touch-sensitive buttons at the bottom and the large home key in the middle. It's so similar that when I found it on my desk, I wondered why someone had left their iPhone there. But you've got to admit, it is a very, very nice handset, and its most noticeable feature, of course, is this gorgeous 4-inch Super AMOLED screen, pitting it against the likes of Sony Ericsson's Xperia X10. Now, it's also the first handset to be running Samsung's Hummingbird 1 GHz processor, and after spending some time with it, I'm happy to report that it's satisfactory in the speed department, with fast browsing and scrolling and general moving around applications and menus. And despite being a pre-production model, it's still impressive, and there's little evidence of lagging or bugs. Now, spec-wise, it sports TouchWiz 3.0, so it's got 7 customisable home screens like the HTC Desire and a menu layout practically identical to the iPhone's, but on a much nicer screen. As well as the usual Android widgets, there's some very interesting additional software from Samsung. An interesting feature is Swipe. So as you can see, it allows me to swipe my finger across letters on the keyboard to spell out words, rather than pecking at the keyboard and lifting my finger after every key prod. It's really clever and works very nicely and is essentially effortless. With enough practice, you could really achieve some speedy text messaging. In fact, texting on the phone in general is easy thanks to its sizable screen. And according to Samsung, it's the only phone to have it in the UK at launch and could potentially be the future of text input for touchscreen-only phones. Another cool feature is Layer, an augmented reality browser for advanced location-based services. So let's say you want to know where your nearest pub is. Simply pop it in the search box or search for it in the appropriate category, hold the phone in the direction you want to go, and if there's one nearby or if there's a few nearby, they'll pop up giving you details of their location. And providing you have a strong signal, it's pretty quick. Now, like the majority of smartphones out there, the Galaxy S is packing Samsung's new Social Hub feature for, yep, you guessed it, staying constantly connected to all your social networks so you don't miss a peep from anyone, as well as bringing together all communications from all your contacts in one handy place. This includes contact information, history and media for each contact. Now, unfortunately, I'm unable to show you this as it's not a fully fledged model, therefore the final tweaks haven't been put on. But moving on, you can also expect a 5-megapixel camera capable of shooting 720p video, and taking in a HD video on the 4-inch AMOLED screen is crisp, vibrant and right up there with the HTC HD2. Now, you can also expect 3G Wi-Fi, that all-important 3.5mm jack, as well as the option to go for 8 or 16 gig of onboard memory with micro SD expansion. The music player is pretty cool too. Instead of the usual square album art graphic that pops up, you get a CD with the album or track name on it, which makes for a refreshing change. You can also make video calls with compatible handsets. Now, as well as the Android market, there's a Samsung App Store giving you access to free applications like the QWERTY Remocon Universal Remote, Buddies Now for quick access to your most frequently contacted friends, and the AllShare plug-and-play network as seen in a range of Samsung laptops and televisions, which basically allows you to share pictures, music and videos with any DLNA certified devices. Added touches include a daily briefing widget for instant access to news, weather and diary feeds. There's Write and Go for quick notes that you can turn into text messages or emails. And there's Think Free, an application that will allow you to view and edit Microsoft Office 2007 documents on the go. You can even take in a book using the ebook application, though whether you'd want to read a book on your phone is something that we've been asking ourselves recently. So clearly we're impressed, but slightly less impressive is the phone's build quality, which is a little more plasticky than we'd have liked, but it's such a gorgeous slab of technology, we think we can forgive Samsung for this. Now, it's out the first week of June, there's no word on price, so make sure you keep it locked on stuff.tv for the latest.